Welcome guys to my YouTube channel. So we are going to make this beautiful outfit today. I also have a matching skirt for you. Just to start from my next video, and here's my client rocking the dress. So let's go straight to the video.
So for this tutorial, I'm going to make use of this yarns. Okay, this color of yarn. Then we need our scissors, stitch marker, darning needle to sew in the ends, then hook, which is 3mm hook, then measuring tape. Okay, so for this yarn, it is Yeye yarn. This black and this brown, this white and this light brown, two shades of brown, then black and white color. So these yarns are Nigeria brand, which is Yeye yarn, lightweight yarn, and it's also acrylic and is 3-ply. So same, the same products. Ply, like I said, is 3-ply. So I'm going to make use of single strand. I decided to make use of 3mm hook so that it can be perfect for the project. So let's start. I'm going to grab the yarn from the middle. So I'm going to take it out from the middle so that it will be easy to not be rolling. So I'll take one strands 28 inches long. 28 inches long. So I'm going to start from the length measurement. So I'm going to start with the length measurement, which is 28 inches. So I'm going to make a chain that will be up to 28 inches. Remember, this stitch is multiple of 3. It's a multiple of 3, and you are going to make a chain that will be more than your length. Because this stitch is a stitch that strings together. It became like when you start making it, or when you get to a stage, it will start to reduce the length, it becomes smaller. So for you to get your perfect size, you are going to chain in a multiple of 3 till you get to your length, which should be more than the length. My length is 28 inches, so I'm going to make a chain that is 179 inches, which will give me 31 inches. Sorry, 179 chains, which will give me 31 inches. So let's start. Once you have already make a knot, you make your knot, then begin to chain. You chain till you get to 179 chains. So if your length is more than 28 inches, you just know that you continue. You have like 4 extra inches on it, or 5 extra inches, so that when you start making it, even if you want to reduce it, to get to that same amount which you want it to be. I don't know if you understand me, but I'm sure that you understand when you get to the way. So you continue to chain till you get to 179 inches. Then I'll meet you right there. So here is my 179 chains. You can see 179 chains. So when you take the measurements, you will see it will give you 31 inches long. So this is how long it is. So you can see it's 31 inches. Can you see? So it's 31 inches. Even if you do not stretch, you don't need to stretch it. So it will give you 31 inches long. So for you to do that, B is my length. The length I want it to be, because the length is 28 inches. So this is how it is. So now for you to continue, remember this stitch is a repeat of step 1 and step 2. It will give you row 1. Step 1 and step 2 will give you row 1. Okay, so for you to start now, you're going to chain 1. Remember, it's a multiple of 3, so you're going to chain 1 because this is 179, so you need 1. That means you're going to chain plus 1 to give you 80. 180, which is plus 1. 79 plus 1, that is 80, right? 180. So for you to now continue, you're going to turn They are going to skip this first stitch here. You are going to skip the first stitch, then into the second stitch you make your single crochet. So a single crochet, then you chain 2, 1, 2. Once I've already chained 2, skip 2 chains, 1, 2. Then into the third chain you make your single crochet. So that is how you continue. You chain 2, 1, 2. You skip 2 chains, 1, 2. You skip 2 chain, 1, 2. Then into the third chain you make your single crochet. So that is how you continue. 1, 2. You skip 2, 1, 2. Into the third chain you make your single crochet. So you continue that way. You chain 2, you skip 2 stitch, 2 chain, then you make your single crochet. So you continue that way till you get to the end of the row. And when you get to the end of the row, you get a total chain space of 59 stitches there. Okay, you have 59, like you are counting it this way: 1, 2, 3, 4. All the chain space you get 59. Then I will meet you.
So yeah, this is the end of my first step. You can see how it looks. So this is how it will look. So at the end of it you have 59 chain space. So 59 chain space. So for you to continue with the next step, this is step 2. You are going to chain 3. Okay, you are going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3. So once I've already chained 3, you turn your work. Then into the chain space here. So into the chain space, you make 2 double crochet into the same chain space. Yarn over into the space, you make 1 double crochet, 1. Then the next, you make 2 double crochet. So 2 double crochet into the chain space. Then yarn over into the single crochet stitch. Into the single crochet, you are going to make front post double crochet. So that is a front post double crochet. That is how you continue into every space. You continue that same way. So yarn over into the next space. This is the next space here. You make 2 double crochet in there. This is your 1 double crochet. 1 double crochet. Yarn over into that same space. You make another double crochet, which is 2 double crochet. Then yarn over. In your single crochet, you make front post double crochet. This is how it is. Yarn over into the next space again. You make 2 double crochet. 1, 2. Then yarn over into the single crochet. You make your front post double crochet. So you continue that part. Continue this way. You get the last stitch of the second step. You are going to work into the last stitch there with your 2 double crochet. So here is my 2 double crochet. Yarn over into the single crochet here. No need for you to do front post. What you just did is that into that single crochet you work in your 1 double crochet. So that is how it is. You can see. So for you to make the next step, which will give you your row 2, you are going to chain 1. So here is our row 1. This is row 1. Your first step and your second step makes it row 1. Okay, so for your row 2, you chain 1, you turn your work. This is the first step you are going to make now. So you skip this, you chain 2, 1, 2. Once you already chain 2, you skip these 2 stitches here into the third stitch, which is your front post double crochet. You work in with your single crochet. Then you chain 2, you skip these 2 stitch, then into the third stitch, which will be your front post. In there you work in your single crochet. You chain 2, you skip these 2 stitches into your third stitch, work in your single crochet. So you continue to the end. This is your first step. Continue to the step, the last stitch. So I've already chained 2. Then I'll skip these two stitches. Then into the last stitch, which is your double crochet, you make your single crochet into the stitch there, single crochet. So this is it. Then the second step, which will make you the second step, which should bring this double, which should be the second row, sorry, you are going to chain 3, 2, 3, chain 3, turn your work. So this step will make it as 2 rows. Okay, then into this stitch here you make 2 double crochet. That is 1, that same space again, make it, that is 2, yarn over. Into the single crochet here you make front post double crochet, yarn over. Into this you make 2 double crochet, 1, then 2, yarn over. Into the single crochet you make your front post double crochet. So you continue to get to the end of the row, so you repeat it, the repeat of row 1 and row 2 make it row 1, right? So this also, this is your row 2, the repeat of step 1 and step 2 make it row 2. So this is your row 1 and this is your row 2. When you finish it up, is your row 2. Then the next step again, you make your first step and your second step, it will give you row 3. So you have 3 rows of these, 3 row of white. Then you now get into switch to another color of your choice. For me, I'm going to switch to other color, which should be this brown. You see this color, so I'm going to make this is my first row, then this is my second row, so I'm going to make it to third row. Once I'm done with my third row, I'm going to switch to this. So this is the 3 row of the white, 1 2 3, see my 3 row. So I'm going to switch to this color, and I'll make 3 rows of these, also 3 rows of these. So you see, so for you to continue the next step for the other row, for you to continue the next step, you are switching to other color. So you're going to grab your yarn, okay, then you pull out the hook. Once you have already pulled out, make sure that you make a knot. Okay, once I've already made this knot this way, then into that same stitch grab your yarn. So this is the color you're going to use. Then pull out a loop, then you chain 1. Once I've already chain 1, you turn your work. Once I've already turned your work into that same stitch, so into the same stitch you make your single crochet. So once I've already made single crochet, chain 2, 1 2, chain 2, you skip these 2 stitch, 1 2, into the third stitch there you make your single crochet. So you continue, chain 2. So this is your first step. Okay, this is your first step. Then the second step will be your 2 double crochet, front post double crochet. So you, whatever what you did here, this third stitch, this 3 rows, so you make 3 rows of this same color.
So this is the length I did now. So you can see this is half of a panel. So this is half of the panel. You can see I make 3 rows of this, 3 rows of this brown. Then I did 5 rows of this, then 3 rows of this color, then 2 rows and 1 row of black. So as you can see that, so this is the half part of the front panel. So when you take the measurements, you see it will give you 19 inches and half. You can see it's 19 inches and half, because the front panel, I said that the bust measurements is 40, right? Then 40, and I divide the 40 by 2, it will give you 20. So I have to remove one inch on both panel. Okay, so I minus 2 because this is stretchy, so I have to remove 2 out of the 40, so I have 38 inches, right? Then when I divide 38 inches into 2, so it will give me 19 inches. So 38 divided by 2 let me not be mistaken. So let me not be mistaken. Let's see. 38 by 2. So like, yes, it's 19 inches. For each panel will be 19 inches. So I did half of the panel, which is, you can see, which is 9 inches and half. 9 inches and half. So this is how it is. 3 row of this, 5 rows at the middle, 3 rows, 2 rows and black, right? So total of it is 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16 17. So this is 17 rows. Now, so I'm going to repeat this same length. I'm going to repeat it in this same side to make it complete. So look at this pattern. You can see the line: white, dark brown, white, light brown. You see white, black. Same pattern, rows are also what we are going to repeat here. So now we are going to start with black. Then after black, we are going to do 2 rows of these. After making 2 rows, we are going to come using this same color for the next row. Then after this, we make this for the next row. Then after we make this for the row, then after we make this. So it will be like interval, like vice versa. So this is the panel here. This same, I don't know if you understand me. So this same thing that I did here is what I'm going to repeat here. So now I'm going to start with black. So now I've already done the first step, which is single crochet chain 2, single crochet chain 2. So I've already done that. So I'm going to start working the second row, which is double crochet. Now I told you it's a repeat of step 1 and step 2. So this is my step 1. So I'm going to make the step 2, which will give me a row. Okay, so now I'm going to chain 3, 1 2 3, because I've already done the step 1 already. So I'm going to do the step 2. So this is the step 2. Now you chain 3, then into the chain space you make 2 double crochet, 1 2, then yarn over. In your front post you make your, in your single crochet you make your front post double crochet. So that is how you will continue making it. 2 double crochet in the next chain space. You can see 2 double crochet. In your single crochet here, you make your front post double crochet. So that is how this stitch is. So you continue making this pattern, this row, till you get to the end of the row. Okay, so in your next row, when you are done with this, because black is in 1 row, so you can see this row is 1 black. So the next row, after making this 1 row of black color, you are going to switch to making 2 rows of this, then switch to making 3 rows of this, then switch, after you are done, you switch to making rows of this, then this, then this. That is how the pattern. So I'll show you when I'm done with mine.
Here is the panel. The front and the back panel, they are the same, no difference. The front and the back panel, they are the same. So this is how it looks. You can see this is the measurement, this is the length. When you take the length measurement, it gives you 24, which is the length we are working for. Give me 24 inches, and also it's stretchy. This is the length measurement, and the bust measurement. If I should take the bust measurement, this is how it looks. This is it. You can see it's 18 inches, which is perfect. It's also stretchy. If you should stretch it, you can see it's up to 20 inches. You see, the stretch is up to 20 inches, which is perfect for the body size. So now I'm going to work the sleeves. I have a total rows of 34 rows. 34 rows. You should count it this way, 34 rows. So this is how I did it. So you can make yours any color of your choice. Remember, when I get to the half bust length, I did black color of yarn to demarcate it. This 1 part and this also 1 part, which make it a panel, 1 panel. So you can see how it looks. So you can switch to your color of your choice. I'm going to work the sleeve. I've already done the other part of the sleeve, so I'm going to show you how I did it. My own measurement is 13 inches. Then 13 inches divided by 2, it will give you 6 inches and half, right? So I make a chain which is up to 7 inches, which will be perfect for the length I'm working for. So since I have white color here, I'm going to switch with this color because I've already have this color, then white. Then I'm going to switch to this color, which is light brown. So I'm going to start from here, working down here. So for us to do that first, we are going to make a first step, the first step, which is grab your yarn. We are going to switch to the other color of yarn. To the other color, you are going to pull out a knot. So once you already pull out a knot, grab, you chain one. So once you've already chain one, you turn your work. Then into the first stitch there, into the first stitch, you make your single crochet. Then you chain two, one, two. Then into the third stitch, the first, second, the third stitch here, you make your single crochet. So before you do that, you are going to measure your half measurement, your armhole measurement. When you divide it by 2, you are going to take the measurement of it. You are going to take the measurement that is 7 inches or 6 inches and half, that is 6 inches.5. You are going to take the measurement, but I did 7 inches. Okay, 7 inches. I'm going to indicate it with my stitch marker. So when I get there, I'm going to stop. So this is where my stitch marker is. So you are going to divide your armhole measurement by 2. My armhole measurement is 13. Then I divide 13 by 2. It gives me 6 inches and half. That is 6 inches.5. But I make it up to 7 inches, so it will be okay. So yeah, it is. Then now you're going to continue working down. Since you have already had your stitch marker there to mark it, then you are going to start working the first step, which is you chain 2. Then into the third stitch, you work in your single crochet. You chain 2. The next, you skip the 2 rows into the third row. Sorry, you skip the 2 stitch. Okay, in the third stitch, you make your single crochet. So you continue working that you get to your stitch marker. This is where my stitch marker is. I'm going to chain 2, then skip this 2 stitch there. Then into the third stitch, I'm going to remove my stitch marker. Then I'm working with my single crochet. So you're going to count how many stitch you have there. So you're going to start count the same space. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So 18. I have 18 stitches. When you count it, it's 18 stitches. So that is how it is. So it's 18. Now you're going to continue start working the second step, which should give you the first row. Okay, you are going to start working the second step. This is the armhole, half of the armhole length. Okay, so now you are going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3. Then you turn your work to the right side. So once you have already turned your work this way, yarn over into this same space. You work it with your 2 double crochet, 1 double crochet, then 2 double crochet, yarn over into the single crochet. You work in with your front post double crochet, yarn over into the next chain space. You work in your 2 double crochet. Then once you have already done your 2 double crochet, in your single crochet, you work in with your front post double crochet. You see, you continue making that you get to the end. You can see I'm done with the first step, which is for the armhole length. I have 18 stitches this way. Now the length I'm working for the arm length is 18 inches. Now I've already worked 7 inches, so I'm going to minus the 7 inches from the 18 inches. I'm going to have 11 inches left, right, to make it 18 inches. So I'm going to work a chain that will be up to 11 inches. So for me to do that, I'm going to cut off, I'm going to make a chain Then I'm going to cut off this yarn. If yours is this way, you don't need to cut it off, you just need to continue making the chain. But um because mine is up here, so I need to cut it off because I want to make a chain that will be able to come back again. So if yours end here, you don't need to cut it off, just continue making your chain to up to your length. So because of mine stop at the top here, so I have to cut it off. Then I'm going to turn my work this way. Then I'll insert my hook into the first chain there. So I'm going to make a chain that will be up to 11 inches, and the chain I'm going to do is 74 chain. So you pull out a knot, you make a chain, then begin to chain till you get to 11 inches. I'm going to make a total chain of 74 inches. 1 2 3 4 5 6. I have a total chain which is up to 74 chains. So 74 chains. So I'm going to take the measurement. This is the measurement. This is the beginning of the chain, right? I'll take the measurement of the chain. So you can see I have 13 inches. 13 inches chain. Now, remember it's a multiple of 3. So I have to make a chain that is more than my 11 inches. So if this is 13 inches, when I start making it, working on the stitch, you see we come back to my desired length. So now you're going to start working with the first step. For you to do that, you are going to skip the first stitch, then into the second stitch you work in your single crochet. Then you're going to chain 2 1 2, then you skip 2 stitches, you skip this 2 1 2, then into the third you make your single crochet. This is your first step. You chain 2 1 2, then you skip 2 stitches, at the third you make your single crochet. So you continue till continue making your first step till you get to the very end here, and at the end of everything make sure you have 42 stitches. Then I'll meet you. So now I'm done with my first step, which is when you start counting the chain space is 42 stitches. So from this side to here is 42 inch stitches when you start counting. So make sure it's 42 stitches. That if you're working for 18 inches long, for the arm length is 18 inches. So I have 42 stitches there. So I'm done with the first step. For you to continue the second step, you are going to grab here, then into the first stitch. But if yours is no, this is the back, so you are going to work the second step while turning to the right side. So it depends on where your stitches end. My stitch is ended here, the first step end here. So if I should start working, I can't make it that way, I can't turn it this way. So I have to cut it off, then start here, because I'm going to turn it right this way. I don't know if you understand me, but that is how it is. So I have to cut it off because I can't start working the second step using the back side. So I have to turn it to the right side. So if I turn it, I can't walk backward this way. It's not be possible. So I have to cut it off, then start with the other side. So you are going to take the first stitch there, insert your hook there, then pull out a loop. So once I've already pulled out, you are going to make a chain 3, 1 2 3. So I've already chained 3. Then I've turned my work into the right side. Turn your work to the right side. So once I've already turned your work that way, so into the first stitch here, you're going to work in with your 2 double crochet. That's your second step. 1, that same space you're going to repeat it, 2 double crochet, yarn over into your single crochet. You work in with your front fold double crochet, yarn over into the next stitch. You work in with your 2 double crochet. This is my 2 double crochet, yarn over, then into the single crochet, you're working with your front post double crochet. So you continue till you get to the end, and make sure at the end you have 42 stitches. Then I'll meet. So here is the last stitch. Then into the single crochet here, I'm going to double crochet. You're going to double crochet. So this side is loose, and I have 42 stitches. If you should count it, each boxes, it gives you 42 stitches. So for the armhole, okay, is 13 inches, right? So 13 inches, when you divide 13 inches by 2, let's do it this way. This is 13 inches by 2. What it will give us 6 inches and half, right? So my armhole is 13 inches. Then divided it by 2, it give me 6.5 inches. So now I'm going to work a length of 6.5 inches. So let's use the other hand that I've already did. So here it is. When you take the measurements, you see, it's stretching, so it's 6 inches. Okay, 6 inches. If I should stretch it, it will be more than 6 inches. So it's 6 inches. You can see that it's up to 7 inches. So it's up to 7 inches. You see, so 6 inches and half. That is the half length. So when you count the stitches, the rows, I have a total rows of 10 rows. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 rows. These doesn't count as a row. The first, which is what we did here, this doesn't count as a row. Let's assume this counts as the joining part. So this is the row 1, which I've already did here. We have 9 more rows to go. So if you already done row 1, so you have 9 more rows to go, because that's what I did here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 rows, and it gives me half of my armhole, which is 6 inches and half. That is half of my armhole. So if half of your armhole is 12 or 6 or 7 or 8, so you are going to work a row that will be up to the half of your length, because you are going to make the other side, the other part. This is the first part. So the other part, that is the other panel, you also have this same length, so it will give you the same, it will give you what you want. So at the end of it, I'm going to show you, as you are going to understand what I'm saying. But let's understand that half of your armhole, you are going to make a row that is up to your half of your armhole. So I've already done the first row. I have 9 more rows to go, which should give me half of my armhole, which I'm working for. So I've already done the first row. It depends on you for you to be switching the stitches, the colors of the yarn that you want. Look at, I did 2 rows here, then 3 rows of white, 2 rows of this color, then 1 row of this, then 2 rows of this. It depends on how you want it to be. But this, and I have 10 rows of it, so I'm going to repeat it same here and make a 10 rows of it. I've already done the first row, so I'm going to continue to get to row 10. Then I'll meet you when I'm done.
Here is the front and the back panel. You can see, let me zoom in so you can see. So here is the front panel. They are both the same. And the sleeves, you can see the sleeve, half of the armhole, also half of the armhole here, and this is also the back panel. So they are the same. Front and back panel are same measurement, same length, and same pattern. You can see here is the sleeves and this. So you are going to join both together. So for you to do that, look at it, look at the back, the wrong side. Okay, this is how the wrong side is, you can see, and this is the right side. You can see the way the right side is. So you are going to join both together. You are going to turn it backwards. So this is the wrong side, then the right side will be up, then this is the other panel, the wrong side will be up also. So you are going to join it both wrong side. You can see the wrong side, and this is the right side, this is the right side, and this is the wrong side. You are going to join both sleeves together. I make a total rows, 10 rows for the sleeve. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. So I make a 10 rows for the sleeve. This is not part of the row, this is just the joining part for the armhole. So this is how it is. So you're going to join them together. This is how you're going to do it. This is the both sleeves. You can see the both sleeves. Look at it. So you're going to join both this way. So you're going to join the both sleeves this way. So when I make a 10 rows of this, I didn't have the first line there. You can see, let me zoom it. So you can see I didn't have the first step there. Then the other arm, the other sleeves length, after making my 10 rows, I did my first step, so that when joining it with these other sleeves, it will be okay. So I didn't make, after making the 10 rows, I didn't make the first step. I make 10 rows of this, then I make the first step here, because I'm going to join it together with this. So I don't need to make the first step here. I just need it in one sleeve, then the other sleeve there will just be plain, just 10 rows without the sleeves, without this first step. I'm sorry, I don't know why I'm skipping my words, you see. So we are going to join it. So for you to join the two sleeves, you are going to put it this way, then into the first stitch here, which is your, into the first stitch. Sorry, this is black yarn, so I hope you can see it clearly. You insert your hook, you slip stitch. Okay, you slip stitch at the start, then begin to make single crochet into all the other stitch left, into the first stitch, then insert your hook into the space, chain space here, into your chain space here, insert your hook. This is the first chain space here, insert your hook, you make your single crochet, make your single crochet, then into the second stitch, into the same chain space, you work your single crochet, then the third stitch and the single crochet here, and into the single crochet you make your single crochet, then the first stitch here, you insert your hook, the chain space, you insert your hook, you make your single crochet, then the second stitch there, you insert it into the second, into the same chain space there, into the chain space, you make your single crochet. This is your chain space. Okay, then into the third stitch here, you insert your hook, then into the single crochet here at the other panel, you insert your hook there, you make your single crochet. You see, you are working the sleeves now, you are joining the both sleeve. So you continue joining it till you get to the end here, keeping making single crochet into each stitch here, and then joining the sleeves. So this is how it looks. When you turn it to the right side, this is how it looks. You see. So after joining this part, you are going to make a chain, then you cut off your yarn. Sorry, I make use of you can make use of your scissors. So this is how it looks. Then you are going to join this side. So this is the length, this is the body part, and this is the sleeves. So I'm going to join it this way. I'm going to start joining it from here. You join it, then join it to the length you want it. You can make it to be under your bust or below your bust to your waist part. Okay, any choice you want. So you can stitch it till you get to this side. So for you to continue doing that, grab your yarn, look at this yarn, you're going to use the same color of the yarn. Okay, then you make sure that you make the single crochet here, you insert it into the single crochet on the other side, Then pull out a loop. You make sure you secure a knot so well. Then you tie it. You make a knot. You secure it so tight. Then insert it in through the single crochet again. Pull out a loop. Then you make a chain. Then you start making your single crochet into the chain space. Single crochet into the chain space. In the next single crochet here, then the next single crochet here, insert it, you make your single crochet. Insert it into the chain space, you make your single crochet. Insert it into the single crochet here, then pull out a loop, you make your single crochet. So that is how you continue to get to the end of the row. So you continue to single crochet round it. Continue to single crochet round till you get your desired length. You can make it under the bust or down, or you can finish it, is your choice, anyhow you want it. So you start to close by making your single crochet till you get to this, to your length, your desired length. Then I'll meet you when I'm done. So this is how it looks after when you have finished joining it. So this is the sleeve. I join it from here to here, and when I take the measurements for the chest part to the, so from the chest part to the under bust, it's giving me 13 inches. So I stopped joining it when I got to 13 inches. You can make yours longer or shorter, it's your choice. So this I've already joined the both parts, all the sleeves and the sides together. So this how it look. Let me put it on so you will see how it looks. So when you put it on, this how it will look on your body, so wide. If you look at the back, you can see how it falls. So I'm going to use a band, a waistband on it, so it can hold it tight. You see it at the video the way it looks. So now we're going to join this elastic band to it. So I'm also going to show you how I can see very elastic. You can see, so you take it, you cross it over your shoulder. You see, so tight. Make sure it's tight. You see, you can see the way it is very tight and it's elastic. So you can use any color of your choice. I think it's in black and white. So this is the white one. They cut it off. It looks now. We are going to join it together. You can tie it as a knot, or you take a sewing machine, you sew it together, you join it, or you take your needle and thread. When you grab your needle and your thread, you now make a knot, secure it so tight. So you make a knot, then you sew it together. It's either you use your machine or you tie it this way, or you sew it. Make sure that when you are sewing it, you sew it so well that it's secure and it's not be easy to cut off. So this is the wrong side. Then you're going to turn it to the right side. Turn it to the right side. Turn it to the right side. So this is the right side. Then when you have already turned it to the right side, just know that the front and the back are same. So you just need to grab your elastic band and your yarn. So for me to join it, I'm going to double the yarn. You can see I've been using the single strands, but now I'm going to double it to join it. So I'm going to grab it this way. So any stitch you can find nearby, you insert your hook, you grab your yarn, you pull out a knot, Then you first secured it so well. You pass it again, you pull out the loop. So begin to double crochet into every nearest stitch. You double crochet, you yarn over into the next stitch, you insert your hook, you pull out your loop, you pull through all the 3 loops. That is half double crochet, you yarn over into the next stitch, you insert your hook, you pull out your loop, you pull through all. So you begin to double crochet into every stitch there. So you get to the end of round the neck. See, continue making your double crochet into every nearest stitch there. Get to the round of it. Then I'll meet when I'm done. So here is the final result, guys. Thank you for watching. Bye.